Alright, hello there. My name is Ernest and I'll be taking us through a quick training on prospecting and handling objections. So the first question I want to ask is, from the business opportunity you've seen and have started building, what do you want? Alright, why are you in Forever Living? Why have you partnered with this amazing company? What are you prepared to work for? There are many reasons people join the business, but you need to know why you are in the business and what exactly you want out of it. Very important. And it's from knowing what you need or what you want to get out of it that you would know how much work is required to put in, and you know how much work is required to get you to the desired achievement level you would like. So let's start by looking at the 6 basic skills in Forever. What are the skills required to build your Forever business? First of all, you need to find prospects. All right. Then you need to learn how to invite them. And then you need to learn the skills of following them up, and the final important skill of closing. There are 2 other skills, but we're not going to discuss those skills today. They are training the prospect, and which would mean training your team members, and promoting events. These are things we'll talk about in another training. But the 4 most important, like I said, are finding prospects, inviting prospects, following up prospects, and closing prospects. So let's take them one after the other. So when I say finding prospects, what am I talking about? This is the fundamental skill. All right, everyone needs to find prospects. There's no way you start a business without having a list of people that you want to do business with. So the first thing you need to do is to find those prospects. How? Well, there's a document, there's a resource called the memory jogger. It's a document that shows you a list of people that you probably have met in your entire life. Like, starts with your family, then different professions, lots of careers, and then people in your life in the past, or people you just met, or people you could meet. Those are people you'll find in the memory jogger. You could always find the memory jogger. There's a document by the amazing Eric Worre. You could just go to the Google search engine and type memory jogger. You'll find a lot. Immediately after doing that, you need to build a list which is called WDYKL. Who do you know list. Very important. It's a document that you need to be very, very good at creating, because this is your foundation. This is your raw material for building the business. You need to have a list, a working list, and I'll put it out there that you shouldn't have anything less than 100 names on that list. Your who do you know list. That's the WDYKL. And then the next thing you want to do with these names, obviously 100 names you can't speak to all at once, and so you have to profile those you want to start with. And so profiling simply means getting those names out and then writing things about them, how you would approach them, the information that will be required to help them. That's what profiling is. Then people you've met on social media, those are opportunities. And one thing I advise people to do is to print out their Facebook list. A lot of people have amazing Facebook friends, or a large amount of Facebook friends. It's time to make them very useful for you. And one major way of creating more or finding more prospects is cold marketing. And cold marketing simply means just going out there to reach out to people you don't know. And I know it can be scary at the beginning, but it's fun. It's really fun because you have many ways. There are many ways of doing cold marketing. You could give cards. You could create just customized cards of you, your name, and your business and what you offer. And you could just take cards out and drop them in strategic locations. You could give them to people you meet. In chat groups and clubs, you could start conversations. Social media, you can meet new people. So there are many ways. Cold marketing is fun because when you start to run out of names of people you definitely have more names of people you could probably meet. So that's where cold marketing comes in. The next thing you want to know how to do is to invite prospects, and this is crucial. You need to be good at inviting. So you have a list. you're already contacting these people. All right, that's where the inviting process begins. You start to contact them, and for a full-time person, you're looking at 5 to 10 people a day. If you're doing it part-time, you're looking at 2 to 5 people every day that you're contacting out of your who do you know list. And I advise you use the inviting formula by Eric Worre in his book GoPro. Lots of material there that you can work with. It will guide you on a step-by-step process of inviting people to see the opportunity. Remember, how you do it is more important than what you do in this business. Your approach is crucial. And as much as your approach is crucial, your frequency in doing these activities is also more crucial. So you need to do it often and efficiently. And you need to be dynamic with the script you find, the inviting formula, the sales formula, the different documents you will find, scripts. You need to be dynamic. You need to know what suits who. Very important. And always remember that you're inviting people to a tool, not the other way around. You're inviting people to take a look at your opportunity. So there are many ways. It could be through a live business presentation, a one-to-one, a video, a webinar, a three-way call. Many ways really. But make sure you are not trying to explain the whole business to them. Your job is to invite them to something that can make them see it professionally. Here's an example of a script. A consultant friend of mine and I are working on a project that will help 30 key people build new businesses over the next 90 days. Want to know if you'll be one of those people, and then you wait for a response. Then if you get a positive response, then you send them this. We're using a relatively new business model. I'll send you a short video that explains the model, and you could tell me if working with you would be a good idea. And you send one of the links, maybe the brilliant compensation video or recommendation marketing video. If you need more information, just ask your upline. You get information about the right videos to send. There's another script. Hey there, have you got a minute? I just found an amazing opportunity. I found something amazing and I thought about you immediately. It's an opportunity for you to create some extra income around your current work. Would you be interested in more information? You wait for a response, and then you respond by saying, great, I'd love you to attend this event, or I'd love you to watch this video, or I'd love you to join an online webinar, or I'd love us to meet up for a one-on-one, or just get that anticipation going. So that's the second. Of course, there are more scripts, but those will help you. Those will suffice for now. You could get more resources from those books I have mentioned earlier, the GoPro. You could also lay your hands on 45 seconds presentation. That will help a lot. Also, following up prospects is a very important thing. In fact, it's more important than the first two. You found people, you've invited them, and they have seen it. Following up is what determines how far you go with them. And so when they see the presentation, they're going to be asking you questions. Most people will. But you don't want to get them asking questions first. You want to be the first person to start. And so you ask them, so what did you like best in what you saw? Never say what do you think. All right, don't say what do you think. Always say what did you like best. So someone comes out from a business presentation and he's all smiles, and I look to him and I say, oh wow, it was great to have you around today. What did you like best? And then I listen. That has helped me to keep the conversation positive. And then if I hear any objection, that's when I follow through to the FFF rule. And the FFF rule is very simple. It's feel, felt, found. What do I mean by that? For example, the person says, oh, I love what I've seen, but I don't think I'll have the time. Your response should be, oh, I know how you feel. I felt the exact same way. But what I found is that you could slot this business into the nooks and crannies of your time, and with my help, we could achieve whatever you want out of the business. Would that be okay with you? That's a response to give. And also, stay connected. Always ask for permission to stay connected in case they aren't so sure they want to start. But if they are in a situation where they are saying maybe, well, that's still a good position to be. And then here, like I said, this is just an example of the follow-up questions. What part did you like best? You ask again, what else? So you can see that we're working with me, you can achieve this and this and that. If there's any objection, like I said, use the FFF rule. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is that this. So your job is to connect the dots between their goals and what your opportunity is offering them. And like I said, there are 3 responses. It's either they say yes and they get registered. So immediately they say yes, you don't want to delay. You give them a form to fill. You start planning the next meeting. And you tell them what's required, what they need to pick up, the starter pack and everything. If they say no, don't stop there. Most people make that mistake of stopping there. When you hear a no simply means not now. And so they can be a product user or could create a referral for you. So you change the conversation to something like, oh, I see it's not for you at the moment, but would it be okay if I could ask you to recommend 3 people who are equally as smart and intelligent like you, who would be needing some extra income? That's a referral. Or you could say, oh, these products are amazing and I'm sure I would like to have you as one of my trial customers since you're not ready to do the business. And then you win on both sides. Then if you get a maybe, remember that a maybe is not that bad. A maybe simply means I just need more information. So you need to just stay to answer more questions. A very, very powerful tip here is when you get a maybe, the person just needs to be more convinced. And so what you do is you take the person to your upline or to another person who is quite successful in the business. That will solidify their decision. Like I said, if they are uninterested, you can defer for some other time. So deferring would look like this. I understand it's not for you now. Would it be okay if I check back with you in a few months' time to know if things change? Investigate. You could investigate more questions to find out more. For example, is there any part of what you've seen today that you're not really comfortable with doing, and how can I help you solve that? Then, if they are uninterested, you have 2 other options. You could refer the product to them or get a referral. So this is what it would look like for the product. Oh, I perfectly understand you. You definitely don't want to do the business now, but you would like to try out some of the healthy products at a discounted price, right? And then you go on from there. It could be a referral, like I already explained earlier. So, in conclusion, I'll just leave you with some tips. Number 1, it takes about 4 to 6 exposures for most people to sign up. About 4 to 6 exposures before some people sign up. So they need to see it one way and then see it another way and then see it another way and yet another way before they decide, oh, I'm going to do this. And one exposure is meant to lead to the next. If they tell you they're not interested, you don't waste too much time. Always get a referral. And then some people will still not do it. So don't be a pest to them, especially when they've told you no upfront. The final skill is closing the prospect. Once the person has said yes, closing them means getting them registered immediately. It's your confidence they are looking at. They really don't want to know so many details at once, but they want to see how confident you are, and they want to be sure that you are the kind of person they want to work with to achieve their goals. And the next thing you want to do is decide on the products. It could be the combo pack, or they want to make a selection of their preferred products, and you want to plan a meeting with them, the next business planning meeting. All right, so final tips: don't do all the work yourself. You have uplines to help with that. Don't give up until you've spoken to 5 people a day consistently for 30 days. Make that a culture, that every month you're speaking to not less than 5 people a day. Also, invitation is very different from a presentation. Like I said earlier, you're inviting people to take a look at the business opportunity, not presenting to them. And then also, not everyone will join you. You need to be ready for that possibility. And then, like I would always say to my team members, marry the process, divorce the results. You will never always get the results you hope for. They might be a lot more or a lot less, but when you marry the process, you will get results, definitely. And you need to enjoy prospecting till it becomes a natural skill with you. Don't procrastinate. Don't judge. Just share your opportunity and share the product. And always remember that it's all about leverage. All right, you can do so much more with a team than your own personal efforts. So thanks for your time. If you've gained any value from this, which I'm sure you have, share this with your team members, share this with your friends. If you have questions, you could send those questions to femi2tin@gmail.com. It's right there on the screen. So thank you for your time. I hope these 15 minutes were worth every second of it.